to be the greatest country in the world. And it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for. And if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
What up, America? What is today? Tuesday? Thank you guys for tuning in for this episode of the show. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody that's in here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mexican Car Tony is
¿Qué
here.
pasa?
That's the best reaction we got so far. And, of course, everyone's favorite redneck, Todd, is here.
Told you. Didn't I tell you?
And, of course, I'm your host, Graham Allen. Hit it. All right, go ahead and go to the three of us here. So, go ahead and hit the like button. The more that you guys hit that like button, the more people see this show. If this is your first time watching, make sure to hit that follow button. Comment in the chat below. We're going to talk about today a bombshell Daily Mail UK has come out. I say bombshell. I've been saying this
since September.
Literally. Well, but I've also been saying it for 3 years that Joe Biden is not going to be on the ballot. But now everybody's in on it. So go ahead and comment in the chat. Who do you think is going to replace Biden on the ballot in November? And later on in the show, I told Todd, I told everybody, all right, now it's time to stop playing around. Put it where your mouth is. Like right now, lock it in. You still think he's going to be on the ballot, or are you ready to like jump on? And so we're going to lock it in here today. But go ahead and comment now wherever you're watching. Who do you think is going to replace Biden on the ballot in November? All right, but we also got to talk about the same super questions. If you want to ask us a super question, $5 or more, and we will answer your super questions at the halfway point and at the end of the show. We also have to talk about today, yet another mega pastor is facing allegations, but I don't know how you come back from this. Like you know what I mean? And so you had Tony Evans a little while ago, and now you have Robert Morris, who is responsible for the largest American church, Gateway Church now. And so we're going to talk about all that as well. And apparently Cori Bush is a faith healer at the same time, but she's pro-murdering babies. So I don't know how that works. But either way, Todd, go ahead and get it out of your system. Let's go.
I can't. I can't. Like, we get copyrighted. I was going to start singing We Are the Champions, but you probably kick us. So, see, I can't do it. I can't do it.
There is no way that Todd has the vocal range
of a Freddie
to
Mercury.
match it enough that we would get copyrighted for singing that song.
Hey, Todd,
at worst, Mr. Producer, they'll go, is that George Strait?
All right.
Todd, you totally could have been.
I told you.
We are the blank.
We are the Celtics, and we won.
Anyway, I said it. Look, I mean, I wasn't surprised. If you were, then I don't know what
You
rock
were very
living
close.
under.
You said by 21, you won by 24. So
Yeah, there you go. I told you. They gave up game. They wanted to win it at home, and they did. You know, go Celtics. Young team. We're going to have a very good team for a very long time. Now I just need the Red Sox to do something.
Well, yeah,
they're horrible.
Boston's needed something, man. The Patriots and the Red Sox and everything's just been going down.
Congratulations to the Celtics. That was totally wrong.
Yay.
I thought Dallas was get in there, but they were
Thank
just,
you, Mr.
They were
Producer.
just
You won by more
bombarded.
than I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you won by 28.
18.
Wow.
18th banner.
18,
we are the
yeah.
winningest champion in history. We have more banners than the Lakers.
They
right
must
now.
have added some right at the end, because when I was looking at the final couple seconds, you were up by 24. So they must have added a couple points there right at the end. The Mavericks did. Anyway, well, congratulations to Todd.
18
I
banners.
got no dog in the fight. I could care less about basketball.
Yeah, good
But-
game, Todd.
But
Good game.
so on the Celtics thing.
Yeah,
here,
good
but
job, Todd. Good job on coaching the
But-
team. Good job on playing. That was some great layups you did there.
Did anybody catch? And I said this pre-show. Did anybody but me catch the shirt that Joe Mazzulla, the coach of the Celtics, was wearing?
I
after the
saw it.
game?
I don't know if we have it in the show lineup, but go ahead and tell
It
everybody.
was awesome. So I saw it when they brought him out. They showed, of course, the whole shirt. And I'm telling you, like when ESPN realized what the shirt said, all you saw was like this for the rest of the shot. His shirt said, "But first, I'd like to thank God." So kudos to Joe Mazzulla. That was an excellent coach. He's a God-fearing man. Nobody deserves it more than him. So.
I am embarrassed to say this, but I completely forgot that the game was on yesterday.
Oh, you're not a Celtics fan.
No, I'm a basketball fan, though. I honestly I forgot.
There it is.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Oh, we got an interview. Let's play this.
Nice.
Go ahead, Tony. Finish your thought real quick.
No, that's
Sorry.
it. I was just going to say,
okay.
Yeah, go.
All right, play it.
Now, Joe, I know before the season you really leaned on your MMA training to help prepare yourself.
Where did he get that shirt? I want that shirt.
He made it. They made it just for this, right?
Wow, I want that.
Gotta love Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, well, we need to get that. But first, let me thank God. Wow, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's.
You a Celtics fan now? Come on, dude. Come on.
I'm not just jumping on because the Celtics won.
Look, Jesus obviously loves the Celtics. Why do you not? Come on,
Todd. We are God. we are God fans. All right.
Well, so is Joe Mazzulla.
Anyway, no, I can get on board. I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I like Andy Reid. I think Patrick Mahomes seems to be a pretty stand-up guy across the board.
Taylor Swift's a Chiefs fan too. Just saying.
She will see. She's also, I think, natively a Eagles fan. I think
that wouldn't surprise me.
Either way, yes, congratulations to Boston Celtics, and I'm only saying that because the head coach here. This is the head coach, right?
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla.
Okay, all right. Obviously knows where the priorities are, but first let me thank God. I think that's great. He's also the guy that was like, did you meet the royal family? And he's like, Jesus, Mary, Joseph. Yeah,
that's the only royal family I know.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, but we got to get into the show, but first we got to get into our first sponsor for today. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk to you about some food, all right? The bird flu is coming. It is the next thing they're going to do, and I believe it is to affect the food supply. So that's why I believe that you need to check out my friends at backyardbutchers.com/Graham. That's backyardbutchers.com/Graham. They have multiple boxes for you to choose from. They've got the steakhouse. They've got the farmhouse. They got the backyard. But if you're going to do it, you might as well do the steakhouse and get your family prepared. No more China meat. No more Australia meat. No more of this lab-grown meat that they're trying to get you to eat. They're trying to make us all sick. Get you some right here, raised, eaten grass here in America, slaughtered here in America, beef, steak. Do it. Backyardbutchers.com/Graham. Promo code Graham's going to save you some money. Don't wait until it's too late to make sure you and your family have food. Get your steak now. Go to backyardbutchers.com/Graham. Promo code Graham. All right. How about we get into it today, gentlemen? So first of all, Noah realized this yesterday. We are on YouTube now, but we did notice a particular ad that popped up. And if you zoom in here, that is a Biden-Harris ad, sponsored ad on our show. And I just want to look at YouTube and be like, really, YouTube, this is what you're doing. But the funniest part of this, if you go to the freeze frame of us in the show, Todd looks like he just saw it in the thing. Look at your face.
That's true.
He's like, oh?
It's like, what? And so anyway, that's Todd's face when he realizes we got a Biden-Harris.
Biden likes us.
Thing on there. And so anyway, there it is. We have nothing to do with that, by the way, but it's just hilarious that on Dear America on
it's a waste
YouTube,
of money, Joe. It's a waste of money.
It's a Biden-Harris donate thing. Anyway, so that was funny. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the conspiracy that was Biden being led off like an old elderly grandfather that's in his twilight years, his final days by Obama. And in that time frame, the Associated Press and everybody has now fact-checked people. All right? And that's why I took it down off Instagram, because we originally had the video and I'm like, they're going to hit this with a fact check. They're going to do it. And so I told the team, take it down. We'll leave it up on X and things like that. But they're going to fact check this. They're going to. And voila. But now they have taken it even a step further. Now it is not just we're lying.
It's all
no. Now these videos of Joe Biden having literal geriatric aneurysms on stage. Now they're deep fakes, according to the worst White House press secretary in the history of the world. If you believe they're deep fakes, comment and let us know what you think. But here you go. You can't make this up. Play it.
What you got to say,
It tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos. And it is, again, done in bad faith.
First of all, it looks like she got out of the shower wet and didn't dry her hair. I don't know what happened.
That's Predator.
Here.
That's Predator.
This is like an attempt at 80s Whitney Houston and it didn't work. Or Tina Turner and it just went real bad. And anyway, but instead of us talking about the accomplishments of this president, we talk about the accomplishments all the time. Literally, the economy's in shambles. There's no security at the border. We're literally being overrun by terrorists. I just saw a report that multiple NYPD officers are missing from a dry cleaners in New York, and over 200 NYPD police car decals are now missing from the manufacturer that makes them. So people in New York, you need to pay attention. That's real scary. That's some like Batman Dark Knight stuff.
You ain't lying. Heath Ledger.
Straight up. Like the Joker and everything. Like that's some crazy stuff that's going on. Anyway, but back to the point. We have to lie about Biden so much that we in our spare time are taking cell phone footage and we're deep faking it to make it look like Biden is worse off than he is. Did we also deep fake him sniffing and headbutting the Pope? Did we deep fake that? What about all the little children? What about that? Did we deep fake that? Okay.
I don't think that diary was deep fake.
I'll give it to him. The pooping in the pants is open to interpretation. Okay, I'll give him that. I've just seen, I've been around a lot of old people in my life, raised by my grandparents. I know what the pooping in the pants looks like, okay? I also have 4 kids, so I've seen some pooping in the pants, and I know the faces that people make and the gesture of their body and how it goes. But either way, but what I can't fake, and honestly what I've never seen before, is a president and now a presidential candidate, the incumbent, freeze up on a stage to where his former boss, 2 presidents ago, has to literally give him the signal. Like, okay, Grandpa,
Let's go.
It's time to go. They might as well have had a baby leash with the harness on this man.
That would have been better.
Guide him around across the board.
Epic.
So here we go. This is apparently now being called a deep fake. We deep fake this. This is altered video footage.
So this is how stupid the Democrats think that we are. They're telling us that our eyes and our ears are lying to us. That this is not true.
That is a very good way to phrase it, Tony.
The sad part is not that they're saying it. The sad part is there are people that believe it.
Well,
true. That's the sad part.
True.
Well, yes. And again, to Tony's point, like these people hate you. These people think that you are so stupid that you're going to believe this. These people hate you across the board. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about. Speaking about the open borders, we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's talk about our friends at Patriot Mobile. You need to go to patriotmobile.com/Graham right now. Our good friends at Patriot Mobile make the switch. Me, Glenn Beck, Dan Bongino, Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, Sebastian Gorka, Dana Lash, and the list goes on and on and on. Right now, they're giving away a free Motorola. What was that? Go to the top. Is that a Galaxy? Crap, we missed it. There it is. Yeah. Oh, no. G-Play. Okay. So I'm so old. Is that a Galaxy?
You are.
So anyway,
Is that a Razor?
Hello, Moto. Anyway, all right. But
is that a BlackBerry they're giving away?
You need to go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. They also have this amazing Patriot Mobile One technology with dual network. So if you go one place and the service is crappy and or it goes out, you can simply switch the network, or you go somewhere and this network doesn't get great coverage in an area, you can switch networks again. can. But most importantly, this is a Christian organization where your money goes to things that you care about instead of organizations that are anti-biblical and against your values. You can keep your number, keep your phone, or you can get a new phone, get a new number. Some of you need to get rid of some people in your lives anyway. Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. Promo code Graham will give you free activation. Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. That's patriotmobile.com/Graham. Promo code Graham. All right. Talking about illegals. Todd, you want to take this next one? Let's look at this.
Sure, bring it up.
This thing here. Cacao. All right. In Alabama, of all places. Lead us into this, Todd.
Yeah, so illegals in Alabama right now are getting provided voter registration forms. Why Alabama? I have no idea. I mean, what's that like?
Why not? It's probably in Auburn. Dadgummit.
Yeah. What's that like 5 electoral votes if you steal Alabama? Like,
how do you say war eagle in Spanish?
Yeah.
Águila de guerra.
Yeah,
that's what they're screaming at the ballot box right there. They're all Auburn
Águila
fans.
de guerra.
Yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada.
Yabba dabba dabba do.
America.
Please don't ever try to say that again. Either one of you. You're hurting my ears.
Yabba yabba dabba dabba do.
All right, let's listen to Rob Schmidt on this with this report. Here we go.
All right, after inviting millions of illegals into this country over 3.5 years, the Alabama Secretary of State says he's got evidence that the Biden administration is working to now sign these people up to vote in his state. Color me shocked. Saying Biden's current federal policies mandate that anyone who comes into contact with certain state agencies be provided with voter registration information. This policy mandates that non-citizens receive information regarding registering to vote in Alabama and registration forms required to register to vote. He continued on Biden's attempt to take advantage of the crisis he created at the border by tying the hands of agencies such as Medicaid and forcing them to enact his scheme is disgraceful. Now, this follows a very clear pattern that we have seen since really 2020, if not longer. The Biden administration is just cultivating the grounds to make it easier to subvert our elections, to subvert this republic. They know the far left of their party, sitting in all these little NGOs, is going to do anything that they can to get power, to retain power. They know that these Marxists don't care about the rules, and that includes bending them, breaking them, to upend any election and voting integrity measures.
All right, we got it. So
can I just say that, look, the Alabama state line for me is literally right there. I mean, it's less than a mile that way. Okay, that's how close I am to Alabama. Yeah, this is stupid. Like, I mean, I as much as I hate to say it, as bad as this really is, I mean, flooding a state like Alabama with illegal voters, that's a win for Trump. That, because this state,
nothing screams roll tide like a bunch of Jose's just showing up.
How do you say roll tide in Spanish?
We're here to vote for Biden.
You don't know?
No.
Really?
Roll Tide.
Okay, yeah. Roll Tide.
How do you say roll tide in Spanish?
Not a lot of people follow the
you can
Alabama
say war
team.
eagle, but you can't say
roll
roll
tide?
tide?
No, you can't say roll tide. It's kind of where you ask somebody like, how do you say pizza in Spanish? You say pizza.
So
there's no.
So
you say
roll
la pizza.
and tide are roll and tide.
Absent from the Spanish dictionary.
Yeah, look it up on Google.
Oh.
I'm sure
he
it's not gonna.
He just doesn't want to do it.
I will take your word for it and hope that you're not lying to the audience right now. That's what
I just don't want to say it because I don't like Alabama.
Oh, the truth came out.
I don't like Alabama.
I don't want to say it.
But anyway, this is not that's not a win for Biden. It's that there it goes. Maria Rodante. Maria Rodante.
That is absolutely not true.
Maria Rodante. Well, then what does that say?
I don't know.
What is, you don't know what Maria Rodante?
No, because the Spanish that they're translating on Google is like Spain Spanish. That's not Mexico Spanish.
Oh.
Maria Rodante.
Type in how do you say roll tide in Mexican?
In Mexican.
That's getting kicked.
How do you do that? Well, he just said that's not Mexico. He just said it.
That's getting kicked.
So all Spanish is not the same.
No,
according
it is not.
See?
No, it is
not. See, we're educating the American people right now. All right, moving on. Speaking about educating, Cori Bush has let the world know that she is a spiritual healer. Let's play the clip, and then we're going to break this down a little bit. First of all, before we even play it, Look at the facial expression on this interviewer. That is not Cori Bush. That is the lady that is like, what? Did you just say? All right, play it. Let's go.
You're a pastor.
Yes.
You write about healing through faith. At one point, you came across a woman with, quote, several visible tumors on her torso. Tell me what happened.
So at that time, I, along with a group of friends, we would go out on the street and just meet with people and pray with people and offer them food. And this lady came to us and she had these tumors. I mean, she wanted us to like feel them. And I just remember I put my hand on her and my hand just began to move. And the lumps that were there were no longer there. And she was so happy and she like went on about her day. And I never saw her again.
So you think the tumors disappeared?
I do. And this woman was unhoused. She's someone who, you know, had been sleeping in the shelters and sleeping on the street. If I can speak a prayer and I can believe what I believe and you believe that this will help you, then why not offer that to people? Because I know prayer has helped me.
Obviously
As a trained nurse, you're a member of the medical community. How do you think about those spiritual healings versus medical healings?
Yeah, spiritual healing is a part of what you believe, you know, and the medical healing it's a similar thing because I'm going to believe that this treatment that this doctor is giving me is going to help me in my situation, and so as the nurse, I am following the doctor's instructions.
All right,
and
pause.
Giving them whatever the doctor.
So let's dissect it. First of all, do I think that healing is possible through prayer? Absolutely. Do I think that, according to The Guardian, that Cori Bush, who claims to be a medical professional and also a pastor, is not only pro-abortion, she also has had abortions, per The Guardian. Do I believe that a person that is pro-abortion is capable of prayer, and then through that prayer they're in line with the Lord enough? I mean, the Lord can choose to do whatever the Lord decides to do. Do I think that someone that falls in line with that type of thinking has the spiritual authority to go in there? And no, I don't. And to call herself a pastor when she is pro-abortion, and I, you know what? I'm not even going to hit on the fact that she did have an abortion, because people can change, right? People can radically change, be saved across the board. But she, to this day, in fact, this article is titled, quote, "I'm changing Congress. How Cori Bush brought her lived experience to Capitol Hill." She is a member of the squad, and she talks about on how her abortion experience and frontline fight in Ferguson, Missouri affected her politics. So not only did she get an abortion, she's using that as, this is why we need to change America to where we can just have abortions. You get an abortion, you get an abortion, everybody gets an abortion. So do I believe this person is spiritually strong enough to do anything in that nature? No, I do not.
Yeah, can I just add that even demons know the name of Jesus and they tremble?
Yes, I agree. And so anyway, comment your thoughts. I mean, again, the Lord can choose to heal who he chooses to heal when he chooses to heal them.
I feel like she would be the kind of person that'd be in those churches where they like get people out of the audience. They're like, "Here, you're healed."
Benny Hinn.
The Holy Spirit. What are those churches called? Like,
slaying with the jacket.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, get up!" Like he hasn't been able to walk in 20 years. All of a sudden, he gets up and he falls to the ground.
He's dancing.
He's healed.
He's dancing a jig.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was literally reading an article while you were talking about it, Graham, and apparently this woman has cured AIDS over the phone, COVID over the phone. So I mean, hey, you know. Give her a call, you know, psychic hotline.
Have her call Biden and cure his stupidity.
That's Miss Cleo's niece.
Yeah,
Go back to her face. That's Miss Cleo's niece. is what that is. Like, wow.
Oh,
Mr. Producer doesn't even know who we're talking about
Not
when
a
we say
clue.
Miss Cleo. Can you Google Miss Cleo really quick? I need a photo really fast of Miss Cleo.
When you said Cleo, I was thinking, the one right down the road, Miss Lamar. Remember
No,
she's been there for like
I'm thinking
30
Miss
years?
Cleo. That was
like,
like the
nobody's
African
gonna
lady
know who-
on the
yeah.
phone or
I was
whatever
like,
you
nobody's
can
gonna
call
know
her.
who that is.
Yeah, Miss Cleo.
That's not gonna make it.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Call 1-800-311-1412 to call Miss Cleo now.
Right now.
I had completely forgot about that character.
We can
man.
heal your AIDS over the phone.
Oh man.
You don't even have to be present.
All right, dude, I'm telling you,
$19.99.
it's a Rolodex of just random, useless stuff in my brain at all times. All right, let's get into our next sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows that the economy is in shambles. Everybody knows that it's not getting better anytime soon. So now is your time. We've talked to you about the 62, is it 62 or 63? 63 American bank chains that are insolvent right now. The truth is your money may already be gone and you don't even know it. Please, I'm begging you. You can do it while you're watching this episode right now. Simply text the word Graham. That's GRAHAM to 989898 right now. We literally had a testimony from one of the listeners last week talking about how grateful they were that they did text and get in touch with Birch Gold. If you're a military member, your TSP, the Thrift Savings Plan or whatever, you can convert all of that to hedge against Biden's economy, hedge against inflation, and hedge against the BRICS trying to tank the U.S. dollar as the world superpower currency. Text the word Graham to 989898 right now and get a free information kit on how gold, silver, and precious metals can protect your money. Free information is vital information, so you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your family. Please text the word Graham, that's GRAHAM, to 989898 right now. All right, let's get into what everybody wants to talk about. And this is the point where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button. Here we go. Is Biden going to be replaced? Yes or no? If so, who is going to replace him? Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama, who's it going to be? Well, the Daily Mail has set the world on fire with this article that came out. And we're going to read through this thing here. And we're going to analyze this thing. There we go. All right. This is an exclusive from Daily Mail. Secret Democrat plot to replace Biden revealed. How Clinton, Obama, Pelosi, and Schumer would topple the aging president and when they'd do it. So let's read a little bit about this and let's discuss this as we can. Nearly every time President Joe Biden appears in public these days, he fuels the chatter. Will aging Joe bow out of the 2024 race? Will he be forced to step aside? In the latest incident, former President Barack Obama was seen on Saturday reaching for Biden's hand. But don't remember, KJP says that that's a deep fake. And we manipulated that video and it's not real. It literally is that movie. It's like Joe, this is you robbing this place. He's like, that's not me. I don't know who that is. Anyway, and that came after Biden stood motionless and stared blankly for a full minute at a Juneteenth. Oh, this is another one. At a Juneteenth celebration at the White House on Monday as others sang and danced around him. Yeah, you guys remember that awkward thing where it looked like a man dressed as a woman was there and they were all dancing around. It was a Kirk Franklin concert, I guess. And Joe Biden's just like,
That's a stare all the time now, Graham. So what do you think?
Anyway, that's how Biden goes. All right, so there it is. He found it while we were staring. Look at him. So there you go. You can see Biden. This is what they're talking about. See? I had it down. Stupid overbite. All right. Anyway, all right. Moving back to the Daily Mail.
People are like, "What is happening?"
All right, here we go.
That was so awkward.
Everybody, well, no. It's funny for the people on video. The people listening on audio are like, "What is going on?" All right. Anyway, okay. White House spokesperson Andrew Bates is denying that Biden froze in the viral video, calling it a cheap fake memo. Whatever the crap that's supposed to mean. But it seems no matter how much cold water the Biden campaign or Democratic Party throw on this raging fire of speculation, Americans will not be put off the great Joe Biden replacement theory. It's the idea that somehow, some way, the president will be swapped out as the Democrats' candidate ahead of 2024 elections. Quote, dropping out would be a big risk, but there's some threshold below which continuing to run is a bigger risk. Polling guru Nate Silver wrote on a social media post last week, quote, are we there yet? I don't know, but it's more than fair to ask. All right, so let's go down here. Oh, can we go to that stupid picture? Go.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my Lord.
And then look at Kamala.
That man, well, there's two men in this photo.
Wait.
That man has just seen the ghost of Christmas yet to come, like right there, like that is what that is. Okay, he's seeing the people that voted for him in 2020. Either way, all right, moving down.
All six of them.
Let's keep going. All right, well, we got to read through this here. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. Silver, founded on the website 538, noted that Biden's average approval rating had reached a new low of 37.4%, and chief among voter concerns is Biden's age, which Silver concluded to be an extremely understandable concern. Biden looks and acts his age and is a huge outlier to ask for the job until 86 years old. In other words, Biden is declining at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
And to believe that he can keep up with the job of the presidency to 86, where he's at now, that's a big ask. Atlantic columnist Mark Libovich cruelly stamped the president Ruth Bader Biden earlier this month.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's a reference to the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who once angered some liberals by refusing to retire during Barack Obama. All right, keep going. James Carville, the political mastermind behind Bill Clinton's presidential campaign, said flat out this month that Biden should not have run for re-election. Now a last-ditch effort by Biden's backers to silence his critics inside the party may prove to be his ultimate undoing. According to the Democratic bigwig, Obama campaign guru David Axelrod, the Biden team scheduled one of the earliest presidential debates in history, June 27th on CNN, to prove to naysayers that Joe's not going anywhere. But the gambit carries tremendous risk. With an efficient debate performance by Biden, it could help rally Democrats behind him. A significant misstep would only stroke more replacement chatter. Former Clinton advisor and polling expert Mark Penn suggested the CNN debate will be Biden's last chance to reassure voters he's fit for the job. Now, before we go further, remember, I want to say it was somebody, I can't remember who, that said that there would only be one debate between Biden and Trump. I can't remember who that was, but he's a very handsome man from what I hear. Either way, all right, let's keep going down. All right. They have deliberately thrown down the gauntlet for an early debate, Penn said, and I think that's going to be the point at which Americans judge, is he ready for another term or not? Now, DailyMail.com has learned that if Joe stumbles in the first debate face-off with Trump, or if his polling numbers keep falling, it'll take a united front of the liberal grandees to make Joe throw in the towel. The only people who could force him out would be Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer. It would have to be the four of them, could also be called the four horsemen of the apocalypse at this point. And the process would be high risk. One consultant theatrically described the difficulty level of replacing their candidate as similar to trying to turn that doomed container ship that carried into Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore in May. Well, they turned the power off and it was done on purpose. But either way, let's see. But other party insiders concede that the candidate swap could work if everything was carefully planned and executed. Political columnist Joe Klein theorized in a recent newsletter that if Biden were to stand down, a vigorous young candidate, don't ask me who, could win over the country with a single convention speech in August. Remember a while ago when we read that conspiracy theory that by August, all this stuff was going to go down? In Klein's scenario, the Democratic Party's savior would deliver an Obama-esque inspirational speech akin to Barack's famous 2004 Democrat convention address that would quickly bring together disaffected Democrats and moderate independents. All right, let's see what else they say through here. Do they say anything else? All right, plus, wrote Klein, the Democrat Party's prodigious dislike of Trump would unite any disaffected factions behind a new nominee. However, there is another potential complication. As the recognized leader of the Democrat Party, a stubborn Biden, in other words, a geriatric Biden, could refuse to step down and fight on to Election Day, even as the party grows more exasperated with his performance. Biden is fiercely proud of his first-term accomplishments.
Of course he is.
All right. Additionally, while Biden... okay, all right. Ironically, both Barack and Michelle Obama appear to have... we lost it. Go up. Right there. Appear to have intentionally kept their distance from the Biden White House. In fact, we now have reports that Michelle Obama was invited to all of these things that Barack Obama has come to, and she has straight up said, no, I ain't going nowhere near you, Joe Biden, which in my opinion, that's interesting. All right, Barack Obama made a brief appearance at the White House State Dinner. Miss Obama has no close personal feelings for the Bidens, according to one well-connected Democratic source, flat out ignored the invitation. Forget you, Joe Biden. All right. Let's talk about this. Okay, so this is very interesting stuff. Right off the bat, and we'll do a little more digging about this because some more things have come up today. But right now, Todd, let's start with you. What are your thoughts?
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
No, Biden's not going nowhere. He's just not. Like I think Michelle, if anything, Mike is gearing up for 2028. If anything, at this point. And you said it in September. I'll say it. I've been saying it. The only way this works, and I can see what the Democrats are thinking because, and I just have to say this, and I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm not talking about you. But the typical American voter is an idiot. They think that we have a Biden problem and not a liberal Democrat problem, okay? And so, yeah, if they shift the focus and go with somebody else, yeah, that could unite their party. That could unite their voters because I can see that because people think we have a Biden problem when, in fact, we don't. We have a liberal problem. But on the other hand, I don't think Mike wants to do it. I don't think Mike wants to inherit this mess, and that's probably, and it'd be a stretch to say, but that's probably the only person that could beat Trump. Newsom ain't got a shot. Hillary's already tried. She ain't got a shot. There's nobody else out there that could compete with Donald Trump at this point. And just from what they're doing right now by putting out the deep fakes, it's all deep fakes. Nothing wrong with Biden. He's the smartest he's ever been. He's the strongest he's ever been. The way that the debate is shaped, they wouldn't be doing all this just to dump him. Like I don't see it. And what that guy said, I think Biden really thinks he's doing a fantastic job. I think he's not going.
I don't think anybody's negating that Biden thinks he's doing a fantastic job. Well, you got to remember,
at the end of the day, it's his decision, and I think
is it his decision?
Yeah, I mean, unless they kill him. But he is dumb enough to look at everybody and go, "Oh, like my Uncle Bosley told me in a dream last night, I can still do the job." I mean, I don't see it.
I don't know. In politics, it is a lot of backdoor meetings, and it is a lot of, hey, this is yours to run for, or hey, Don't you dare run for this thing. I mean, seriously. And that happens in the Republican side too. Like, I have been threatened by the GOP. Like, don't think that it doesn't happen on the other side too. Don't you dare run for this. If you run for this, we will destroy your entire family. I mean, like that is politics.
What else could they do? Son's headed to prison. Daughter's diary came out. I mean, other than killing somebody, like what else? Unless they Clinton Hunter in prison.
They could allow these things to actually get to them. Like, all of it's come out.
But and people in the chat are saying, "Oh no, Michelle Obama can't beat Trump." Okay, you keep thinking that. keep thinking that. He can.
All right. Well, let me throw this. And actually, we had a lot of stuff to talk about. Really quick, let's go ahead and get to Tax Network USA so we can talk about this in depth because I have a lot of thoughts on this. But let's go ahead and get to Tax Network USA. All right. Do you owe back taxes? Pandemic relief is now over, along with hiring thousands of new agents and field officers. The IRS has kicked off 2024 by sending over 5 million pay-up letters to those who have unfiled tax returns or balances owed. Don't waive your rights and speak to them on your own. They are not your friends. Tax Network USA, however, is. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, they can help you. Whether it's businesses or personal taxes, even if you have the means to pay or you are on fixed income, they can help finally resolve your tax burden once and for all. You can either go to tnusa.com/Graham or call 1-800-245-6000. Again, do not fight the IRS on your own. Get the experts at Tax Network USA. Go to tnusa.com/Graham or simply call 1-800-245-6000 now. All right. So I want to talk about this for a minute. We had a lot of stuff to talk about, but this may take us for a little bit here. For me, I think it's absolutely possible because remember, it's not about if Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama could actually beat Trump. Trump's biggest thing is we've got too big to rig. Too big to rig. We got to get so many votes that there's no way. So if they know Biden can't beat Trump. In fact, Steve Bannon's already talked about it. He's got people deep inside that's like, the Democrats have already said, we know that Biden cannot beat Trump.
No way.
But can another candidate get the gap close enough that you could see a repeat of 2020 happen? I think that's something to consider, and I think that's something to think about. Because if you do it the way the Democrats want to do it, you replace Biden in July, and by August, you got somebody else on the ballot. We start voting. Early voting starts in September. So a lot of Americans don't realize this because as Republicans, we vote on November 5th. So Democrats vote in September until November.
I have a different take on this. I semi-agree with you, Todd. I don't think that they're going to try to replace him. And the reason why is because I've been reading and hearing a bunch of different things on radio talk shows about Democrats stealthily dropping super PAC money to congressional seats and trying to infiltrate the Republican Party so that way they can align with them when they need them. So I think that the Democrats have already gave up on the presidential race because they know they can't catch up with Trump, with Biden with Trump. And even if they throw somebody in like Newsom in there, I don't think that he'd be able to beat Trump either. So
Newsom ain't beating Trump.
So their strategy is to take the House and take the Senate and stealthily have allies there with the Republican Party and keep Trump from doing anything once he's in office.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's about beating Trump. I think it's about who can get the gap close enough that 2020 can happen all over again. But, and here's why. Okay, so let's go to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk posted this 10 hours ago. And when these reports start to come out, especially in election season, you have to pay attention to this. People said that there's going to be an October surprise in 2020, and we got the Hunter Biden laptop, okay? Charlie Kirk tweeted, be ready for a July surprise. Very possible they pull Biden and sentence Trump to prison on July 11th. The entire race could be just about to change. And if Mr. Producer wants to find the other tweet that Charlie put after this, it expands a little bit further on there. But when you start to hear, when people that are closely connected, you start to hear things about July surprise, October surprise, and all this stuff, 9 times out of 10, they're right. Something is about to come down. Something is about to happen. You've got the Supreme Court presidential immunity thing coming down. You've got the January 6th thing coming down from the Supreme Court. You also got the sentencing of Donald Trump coming up. All these things. Okay, here's Charlie. Watch closely which Democrats get the ruling class treatment in the coming weeks. If they pull Biden, is Kamala the replacement? Whitmer, Shapiro, Newsom? Be ready. Something is coming. Something big. But I'm hearing rumblings of the same thing. I'm telling you.
But none of those names are big enough. They're not.
But it's not about beating Trump, literally. It's about making the gap close enough to where all these mail-in ballots and all this, again, you have to
the 1 hour turnaround.
We have to think about how Democrats vote. Democrats start voting in September.
Okay, I smell what you're saying now.
They start voting in September. So if you pull Biden in July, okay, and you have this person, as the Daily Mail said, go in there and make this rah-rah amazing speech. Democrats that are on Biden right now, they start mail-in voting in September, okay? So literally there would be no debates. There would be no nothing. You would just have social media taking over, and it would fly. It would fly like everything. Can you find Dan Bongino's tweet about Facebook really quick? He just did it not too long ago. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to connect these dots for you right now. Social media is actively suppressing on a scale like we have never seen conservative content. And I know we've been saying that for years. It's worse than any of us have ever seen. They are laying the foundation. They are laying the groundwork for a social media election. All right, here we go. This is Dan Bongino. Literally at 8:36 a.m. The communist media is demanding you stop sharing video. Oh no, that's not it. Find me the other one. What we need, like suppression. He's talking about like suppression of conservative content. That's
okay,
a good one.
If I'm hearing you correctly, because it took me a little minute for my Mississippi brain to catch up what you were saying. So what you're saying is they're making a change to narrow the gap so they can rig.
So they can steal it.
So they can rig. Okay, gotcha.
All right, here we go. Dan Bongino, 1 second, Tony. Facebook is desperately trying to suppress conservative content on the platform. I've never seen it worse. They really hate your business. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So they are you all know that Instagram did the same thing. That if you don't check that you want to see political content, Tony, your thumb, man, the thumb.
Get your thumb off your cheek.
If you don't want to see conservative content, they automatically marked it to where you wouldn't see it, right? Okay, now Facebook is doing the same thing. The only place we're going to be able to do it is Rumble or X at this point. But Biden stuff, watch. I would not be shocked if Donald Trump gets banned off TikTok here soon. Watch. He will get banned off TikTok, and it won't be Biden, but whoever this replacement is, they'll make one speech, one time. It'll surge everywhere, and then people have like a 3-week, 4-week turnaround to go, oh, okay, it's not Biden. I'm going to vote Democrat now, and they start voting in September. Now, what were you saying, Todd?
One "yes you can" speech. Unfortunately, that's all it takes. I mean, that's just, again, I just go back to the same thing. Like the American vote, the typical American voter's an idiot. They don't think that all of these policies that Biden's actually doing any of this. He's not. But again, honestly, it's scary, but I see a lose-lose situation for Trump, because either they steal the election for him or he wins it and loses Congress, and you stuck with the same mess. Yeah, it's just either way.
Right then, Todd, when you said steal the election, and Graham said it earlier as well, if they try to steal it. Remember when you were interviewing Laura Trump, she was saying that they were going to hire people to be at the polling stations
she's got
and whatnot.
A lot of
so,
people.
I mean, I hope that if they put all those people in place, that they will be able to counteract whatever the Democrats are doing here and make it a good election for everybody across the board. But yeah, if they're doing this kind of tactics, I mean, it's going to be tough to combat with whatever they have going on.
Well, I also want to combat this, and I see some of the comments and thing. I stopped with Facebook and YouTube a long time ago. I'm only on Rumble and stuff. We love Rumble, but realities are realities. Facebook has 2 billion users. Mm-hmm. Okay, YouTube is the largest search engine in the world, even above Google. Okay, yeah. People go to YouTube. Mm-hmm. So we agree with you. Like we love Rumble. And we hate what Meta is doing. But it ain't about you here watching this show. It's about you telling all your liberal Democrat people that are in your life that they're not you. They don't think like you. They haven't given up YouTube like you. Like none of that. All of the people that are going to vote Democrat, they're still on there. That's what we're talking about. And I think that this is very possible. I think it's becoming even more and more likely. And if I were Donald Trump, the most baller move I can think of is to say, hey, we know that you're not going to be the nominee in November. I'm not debating you.
He might do it.
And Steve Bannon said this too. I don't need spring training. I want to debate the real person. Bring me the real person who's going to be on the ballot in November, and we're going to debate in August because I'm going to make you place your cards on your horse. I'm going to make you place your cards on your horse. If it's not Biden, get him the crap out of the way and bring me who the real person is. If it is Biden, we're going to do it in August, so there ain't no time for him to recover when you start voting in September. That's what I would do. If I was Trump and the Trump team watches this, if I was President Trump, I would say it just like that. Hey, yo. I see what's going on here. There's no way that you're on the ballot in November. I don't believe you. So therefore, you are not worth my time and energy. Mm-hmm. I will debate the real nominee anytime, anywhere, starting August, to where you can't rig it. You can't rig it. Put your bets on your horse.
That is a great way to put it.
That's an excellent point.
It's like saying I'm not playing the B team. I am the national champion. Bring me to your A game.
Yep. I have a succession. Is that the word? Succession question. And maybe I'm an idiot here, whatever. How can they replace Biden and skip Kamala?
Because she would have to declare. Yeah. So to be clear, if Biden, we're not saying Biden leave office before.
Well, right.
We're saying Biden doesn't run again, and so
does that automatically X her?
Well,
like if he says I'm not running,
she would have to get deemed the person that would run. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like they both would have to bow out.
Yeah, she would have to come out and say, I'm gonna step aside or something, right? Or
no, not necessarily.
Really?
I mean, she's the vice president. The vice president only gets the automatic if something happens to the president. While the term is there. So if Joe Biden chooses to step out, then her ticket as his VP also chooses to step out. All right, so here we go. This is an article from Fox News. Democrats could replace Kamala Harris with Hillary Clinton. Columnist argues, why not? All right, let's go down here a little bit. This is a weird freeze frame of a video we got. All right, let's see. Find me a quote. Quote, no one has mentioned her as a possible running mate for Biden. As far as I know, are they talking about Hillary Clinton? What are we talking about? Looks troublesome in advance of the November election. Some political analysts, journalists, and columnists have warned that the campaign needs to be aggressive to defeat former. No one has mentioned her as a possible running mate for Biden, as far as I know. But why not replace Harris with Clinton? So to go back to your original question, no, the VP pick is at the discretion of the presidential nominee, candidate, whatever.
So question for you before you move on here. I feel like the minority vote has shifted. The black vote, the Latin vote has shifted a bit towards Trump now. And we talked about this months ago. If they got rid of Biden and Kamala, how would that affect the black vote, because she is a black
I'm glad
woman?
you asked. We got a CNN clip talking about this exact thing. This is another reason why they've got to get rid of Biden. Can we go to the CNN clip? Here, watch this. This is talking about the black vote right here. Here we go. Play this.
Biden and Trump among black voters, compare where we were at this point in 2020, compare where we are now. You know, at this point, look at this. In 2020, Joe Biden was getting 86% of the African-American vote. Look at where it is now. It's 70%. That's a 16-point drop, John. And more than that, it's not just that Joe Biden is losing ground. It's that Donald Trump is gaining ground. You go from 7%, single digits at this point in 2020, to now 21%. And again, John, I keep looking for signs that this is going to go back to normal, and I don't see it yet in the polling. If anything, right now we're careening towards a historic performance for Republican presidential candidate, the likes of which we have not seen in 6 decades.
Pause. Okay, so Trump does not have to get the majority of the black vote.
No, he doesn't.
A 14 or a
16 point
16 point, 15 point jump like
That's
that.
huge.
That has him landsliding this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Ronald Reagan winning this thing.
Yes, that has him like at like 312, 320 or something like that. I mean, I think, I saw a map just this morning that had no swing state like things. And it had Trump losing Minnesota and Virginia. I don't think he loses Minnesota and Virginia. I think he gets Virginia and Minnesota, and they had him at 312 without those two states. And so I'm telling you, this is why people are panicking, because they have never, 6 decades, like even CNN just said that. 6 decades, no one has seen this.
So again, my question is, we know that Biden isn't all there anymore, and we know that Kamala is about as smart as a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
But wouldn't they get more black votes if they had
black people? Don't like that. They don't like Kamala Harris
at all.
They don't like her
at all.
They
stand her.
They don't. I mean,
dude, she put more people in jail in California than anybody.
More black
drug
So
people.
are you guys saying that they like Hillary more than they like Kamala?
No. I don't think. No. This was just an article talking about could Biden replace his VP pick. I don't think it's gonna. I'm still sticking with. I don't think, but it is the perfect plan to try to take the 2024 election. And the biggest problem we have is we think the Democrats are thinking in a way of how can we win the right way? How can we, people, it's so hard for us to wrap our minds around the fact of, because it makes no sense. But when you look at it through the lens of how can you destroy America, it is the perfect plan. You take Joe Biden out after his performance in the debate in what, 10 days?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's gone. You put somebody in, they make a rah-rah, bish kumbah speech, yes, we can, kind of thing like Obama. Mm-hmm. And then literally the majority of Democrats do mail-in early voting, and that starts in September. People think the election is November 5th. The election starts in September with early voting and mail-in ballots. If I were the Trump team, the way to get ahead of this is you have to make them, you have to force their hand in this. If you believe that there's even an inkling that Biden might not be on the ballot, you refuse the debate. I refuse the debate, not because I'm scared of you, but because I don't believe that you are the real nominee that's going to be on the ballot in November. So I'll debate whoever the real person is in August, to where they don't have, and if it is you, Joe, I'll debate you in August, and I'll destroy and embarrass you to where when early voting starts in September, you can't save yourself. It's over. And then force them to go ahead and early put somebody in to when then that person does have to debate Donald Trump. And I mean, if I were the Trump team, I would force them to have to play early instead of allowing them to do this game that I absolutely believe that they are perfectly capable of doing.
Yeah, that's a lose-lose situation in itself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with you. I think Trump definitely needs to do that, but that's a lose-lose situation too, because then you've got 2 months worth of social media clips talking about Trump scared to debate Biden.
And this is a social media election.
Yep.
Just is.
Oh, 100%.
Because they are pandering to the young voters, because for the first time ever, 18-year-olds are voting in elections in millions type thing. So anyway, comment your thoughts. Let us know what you think. We had a lot of other stuff to talk about in this episode, but I think we're going to end it there on this one. So this is the point where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that follow button if it's your first time, and please remember to go back and leave us a comment in the comment section. We do so love to hear what you guys have to say. But now we got some super questions. So Todd, let's get into this stuff. Let's read it.
Here we go. Dreamer C. Not necessary to read this on air. I read it, and I think it deserves to be read. Please add prayers to the town of North Canaan, Connecticut. One of my grandson's friends just committed suicide. 13, 14 years old. God bless and God thank you. Absolutely, Dreamer. I can't even imagine. XGYPX. My wife was a basketball cheerleader when he played for Bishop Hendrick here in Rhode Island. She said he was a stand-up guy even then. Here's to you, Coach. Talking about Coach Missoula.
Yeah.
Not surprised by that. He just looks like a good human being.
What?
Diane MCC 75. Good morning, Robert Graham Allen. Did I get it right? Question mark. LOL.
I don't know. Did you?
Maybe.
Are you asking or are you telling me? I don't know.
Maybe.
I never said I was going to say you got it right.
That's true. Sean CDL 1979. Morning, gentlemen, and Todd Hub. I believe Dems will replace Biden with RFK. He's already a far left that word, and he has supporters.
I mean, again, maybe. The point is, it just goes back to...
What if Biden steps out, Trump gets thrown in prison, and you have RFK versus the chick, the Indian chick?
Indian chick?
Yeah,
Haley?
Yeah, Haley.
Nikki Haley.
That'd be horrible.
I was like, what?
Well, she's an Indian.
That would be quite a switch for sure. That would be quite a surprise.
Yeah. We'd all be
We're
sitting here
all
saying,
wrong.
what?
We're all wrong.
We're like, what?
Kennedy and Haley. Anyway, Ratchet. You guys are fixated on person, not policy. Latino and black voters are looking at policy, not person. Biden's just a face. They know Obama is pulling his strings. I don't
know. I don't know if that's true, man. Like I said, I was just in downtown Detroit, and yeah, there was a lot of anti-Trump people there, but there was a lot of pro-Trump people there, and they weren't white people. And
but bro, they love Obama.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, that's why the ultimate win card, I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump, if Michelle Obama runs, I love he ain't beating Michelle Obama.
I don't think so either.
He's just not.
I don't think
he
so
will
either.
not beat her. And that is the most terrifying thing to me. Everybody thinks I'm trying to be cute with Michelle Obama running. No, I'm terrified if Michelle Obama runs, because I do not see President Trump. I believe last election was the most votes in modern history for U.S. election. I wouldn't be surprised if she got 100 million votes. I mean, I'm
who's her running mate?
I don't know. Maybe, but I think Michelle Obama would get 100 million votes. I do. I think you would see black votes come out unlike anything.
Them yes you can signs would be back in full force.
I'm not trying to be funny with Michelle Obama. I'm legitimately telling you, and I get it. Dan Bongino said, I get it. And she said she doesn't want anything to do with it. I get it. I understand. Yeah. Donald Trump once upon a time said, I don't think I'd run. But, if it got bad enough, maybe. Okay. So, just stop. Okay. I keep talking about Michelle Obama because I legitimately am concerned that she would pull all of the crazy, all of the left wing,
for sure.
black
She
people
would
would
unite
vote just
all
because.
of it.
Literally, who was it? Who was that comedian that said, are you voting for Obama because of his
Steve
policy?
Harvey. Steve Harvey.
Yeah, no,
Steve Harvey.
I'm voting for him because he's black. That's
Steve
why.
Harvey.
I'm
Straight
voting for him
up.
because he's black. I don't care I don't care if he can't put two sentences together. I'm voting for him just 'cause I think I do. And I'm just being honest. I love President Trump, and I think President Trump is going to get over 100 million votes this time. But there's 360 million people in America. And so I mean, you want to talk about clash of the ultimate titans.
Dude, that would be a knockdown.
Yeah, and so yes, I'm terrified that it's going to be Michelle Obama. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm terrified.
Hold on, Todd, before you move on, I want to respond to Ratchet. Obviously, I haven't gone out and interviewed every single Latin person that I've ever met, but the people that I do know, I know maybe 5% of politics, and the people that I used to work with and whatnot, they know maybe 0.01% in politics, but what they do vote on is the person, not their policies, because they don't know any better. They're voting on the person that they think resonates with them, and they're not looking at this as their policies and whatnot. So that's I have to disagree with you there that they're voting on their policies.
And it's not just Latin; that's the majority. That's the majority. That's of all voters, like every one of them. Whatever.
Anyway, all right.
Straight Street 6. This is why the suburban wife vote doesn't matter. Black and Latino votes is enough to change things. 6 decades tell you they are terrified. Disagree. Strongly disagree.
Even if that is true, the suburban housewife vote does matter, because if Trump is able to shift that, plus also gets the suburban housewife, I mean, again, you're talking about Ronald Reagan-esque wins there. And if Biden is not on the ballot in November, Trump needs the suburban center-left, center-right housewife. He's got to have it. And so this is the thing that you have to, you got to stop with that. Like, no, you've got to go vote. You've got to do it. And it's, look, if you think they're going to call it early, I wouldn't be surprised, whoever's on the ballot, if this turns into a Bush-Gore type thing.
Where it's a week.
Where it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, we might not even know till after Christmas who wins this thing. I mean, it is going to be the most insane thing. If you thought 2020 was nuts, you better get ready, man.
And possibly bloody, depending on who.
You better get ready. I'm telling you, I meant it when I said it. I think this will be the last election as we know it for president. I'm not saying I don't think we're ever going to vote for president again or anything. I think this will be the last time as we know it, presidential election. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mr. Producer, YouTube questions. That's all the Rumble ones. Here we go. Kevin Gardner.
The message I wanted to send YouTube wouldn't let it go through. That's hilarious.
You can see by the icon right there, Homer's like, look, I'm a Democrat. You already tell what that is.
It. All right. Oh, we sent it up. So I guess I can't say anything about how Democrats on here. I think I made YouTube cry. Kevin Gardner, I like you, man. You're pretty funny.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. Anything else, or is that it for today? All right. That seems to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit that follow button, comment in the comment section. We do so love to read your comments after the show, and make sure to share this with your friends, family, your mama and them, all them people that are in your life. Tony, say goodbye.
Good show, everybody. Hasta mañana.
All right. Todd, you want to pray it out today?
I sure will.
Let's do it.
All right, let us bow. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for a good show, Lord. We thank you for just the love, the grace, and the mercy that is afforded to us fresh and new every single day. Father, I pray for the one whose grandson's friend committed suicide. Father, I can't even imagine losing a child at that age. I just ask that you just pour comfort, love over that family, over that town in their time of need. Father, for every person in this chat, whether it's on Rumble or YouTube, Lord, if there is a need out there, you know there's a need. I just ask that you meet that individual where they are and you fulfill that need and you give that individual comfort if they need it, strength, courage if they need it, but also salvation if they need it. And if there is a viewer, if there is a person that is listening to my voice right now, Father, that does not know you, I ask that you meet that person where they are and you reveal the goodness that you are, the greatness and the mercy and love that you are to them, and that they would accept you. Father, we love you, we thank you, and we will see you in the morning. And all God's people said,
Amen. All right, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.